Operators in the poultry industry say they had been hit by low patronage following the persistent increase in the price of birds and their feeds. Poultry farmers who spoke to Trust Television in Lagos stated that old layers that were previously sold at 3,500 naira have now risen to 7,000 naira, double the price, lamenting this new price has driven away potential customers. Here's the report.
The poultry industry in Nigeria is currently facing several challenges, particularly in the area of birds' feed. While many poultry farmers are struggling to purchase feeds due to volatile prices, the instability has led to increased costs being passed on to the final consumers. Given that most consumers are not experiencing any form of increase in their salaries, they are unable to keep up with the rising cost, leading to a reduction in the quantity of poultry products they consume. An economist, Oladipo Ajayi, speaks on what the federal government needs to do to support poultry farmers to enable them remain in business, the industry, and continue contributing to the economic value chain.
They need constant power supply so as to be able to preserve these chickens. And at the end of the day, when they're not getting constant power supply, what it will mean is that they will have to resort into diesel, so actually using diesel. And that's actually a form of, that's actually a costlier form of actually preservation. And I think I don't also forget recently that the government has actually increased the energy cost as well. So it simply means that looking at, let's look at that from like a 67 naira to around 208 naira. So that's close to about over 200% increase. So it means that the cost of storage for them has increased by over 200%. And they need to pass this to final consumer.
Stakeholders say there is a serious need for government support to revitalize poultry farms in the country, particularly those that have been forced to shut down. Meanwhile, some poultry farmers and feed sellers in Operun area of Lagos State have been speaking on the high increase in feed prices, which they say is severely impacting the industry.
Challenges are much. They are so enormous. Because if you look at feeding, which is the number one challenges that we have, maize is not very scarce in town because most of the farmers that are going into this planting, they cannot farm in the various regions, especially those from the northern part of the country, due to the bandits and all other security challenges. Cannot farm, so that itself has caused what they call artificial scarcity.
The value of the naira that has depreciated seriously as a result of removal of subsidy on the foreign exchange. So all these policies, as well as the removal of subsidy on fuel, has led to a serious increase in price and has caused inflation. You can imagine an old layer that used to sell for about 3,500 naira per bed going to as high as 7,000 naira. From the farm, not even at the market.
Poultry feeding before is not cost like this before. Before we are selling, we are talking about gram mash. We are selling in 7,000, but now the cost is 18,000 naira. The finisher now is turned to 25,700. But the solution to it, we want federal government to find solution on it.
On modalities to secure loans, poultry farmers say the highest interest rates on bank credit are prohibitive, making it nearly impossible to secure and even repay the loans. To address the situation, they are urgently seeking the government intervention to support both farmers and feed millers so that the industry can recover and continue contributing to the nation's economy.